Hey there, Andrew here. I love to be entertained, but I have no patience. So I give every new show I watch only one episode to hook me. Welcome to Debut Review. I have figs. I made them myself. If you are a child of the 80s, you are either a Labyrinth or a Dark Crystal person. You can't be both. Who would ever enjoy both? I like them both. I prefer the Dark Crystal. I love Labyrinth, but if you pointed a gun at my head and said, you have to pick, I'd say, please stop pointing a gun at me. It's Dark Crystal. So I am quite enthused, figs, to see to melt, because it's summer and it's hot, to see the Netflix Dark Crystal Age of Resistance, which appears to be 10 episodes, and each episode is nearly an hour. This must have been expensive to make. So, I hope it's good because I really like Dark Crystal. I've enjoyed most of what I've seen in the previews. The trailer struck me as a little Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens-y, in the sense that the creators seem to be relying too heavily on the nostalgia for the original property and saying, hey, look, it's all the stuff you love us, because we're the same thing, rather than doing much new. I still liked Episode 7, but I liked it mostly on the strength of the characters rather than the movie, because it was kind of the same thing. And the first trailer for Age of Resistance kind of struck me the same way. It's got... I love puppets and creature work and all that physical effects kind of stuff. I love stop motion animated movies. So this is in my... Even if the story and characters all suck, I'll probably like it just for the handicraft alone. Hopefully it doesn't suck. But watching that first trailer, it really felt like they were, look, it's Skeksis and Gelflings and the little fuzzball with teeth and the mage old woman that was voiced by Frank Oz, and the old mystics, and I haven't seen the movie in a long time, so the names escape me, and those striding, long-legged horse things. All the stuff you know and love is here. I'm like, great, is there anything new, or are you just rehashing everything that... Oh, and the Dark Crystal, you got... Well, it's called the Dark Crystal. I guess you kind of have to have the Dark Crystal. But the little Muppet with the cherubic, pudgy cheeks getting... brainwashed, getting its life force sucked out by the Dark Crystal to keep the Skeksis immortal. I'm like, is this... Wait, I thought this was a prequel series. Is this a remake? No, it's a prequel series. It's just got a lot of the iconography of the original film. But then the second trailer hit, and there's a lot more new stuff. I was like, okay, that looks cool. And the third trailer hit, and it was kind of a mix between the two. Needless to say, I'm excited to watch this because, again, Dark Crystal is my favorite of the Henson products. And, hey, here's more of that. So I'm going to take my figs, which I made, and go enjoy the first episode of The Dark Crystal Age of Resistance. Wait! I forgot to read the show description. It's really far away. As power-hungry overlords drain life from the planet Thra, a group of brave Gelfling unite on a quest to save their world and fight off the darkness. I will leave you with, before I'm back 3 seconds later, with one final thought. About the only thing I didn't enjoy about the original Dark Crystal, and was brought back. I know was brought back in this Age of Resistance show because it was a feature of the trailers. Like it's, oh, that thing you liked in the first one, it's in here too. It's Chamberlain's. That I don't like that at all. Never have. Oh, God. That always annoyed me. Oh well. On to the show. I don't like summer. It's 1:45 and it's like 85 degrees in here. Oh well. So, Dark Crystal, Age of Resistance. First episode's about an hour long. Kind of dragged, actually. It's not bad. I think it's a combination. I think it's just, it's hot and sticky, and I'm really uncomfortable. That kind of affected my mood. It's definitely gorgeous. I really like the production design. It looks like they're still finding their footing as far as puppeteering goes. Some of the performances really shine, and some of them are incredibly stiff. Don't know if that's individual puppeteers or if that is they shot those scenes first and they just get better as they go along. A lot of CG, but that's to be expected. If you want my advice, and you shouldn't because I don't know what I'm talking about, try to keep your camera moves realistic, because when your camera does something that a camera can't actually do, and I'm talking, these weird swooping fly through the environment kind of thing, that adds to the artifice. I mean, it's a fantasy world. We know that you didn't build a set that big, but it would help make it feel real if you would constrain yourselves with the camera. But the production design is so cool that not a huge deal. I haven't seen the original Dark Crystal in a long time. So maybe my memory is fuzzy, but this doesn't seem to fit with the original movie. My memory of the original Dark Crystal is like, centuries ago, there were the keepers of the crystal, and then they accidentally broke the damn thing, which split them into the Skeksis and the Mystics. And the Mystics had the one broken piece, which they give to the Gelfling Jen and say, go on a quest and restore the crystal. And the Skeksis have the bigger piece, which turns purple, and they keep sucking the life out of it to keep themselves living. This one posits that the Skeksis just showed up one day and said, here, Frank Oz character, here's a fun toy to play with. We're just going to take the crystal, yeah? She goes, yeah. They go, yeah. And then because they're constantly sucking juice out of it, it turns purple. So maybe the end of this series is going to be the beginning of the start of the history of the lore of the first movie, which takes place after this one. You follow? So maybe at the end of the series they break the damn crystal and they split into the... Well, no, they can't because they're already Skeksis. So maybe they just become enlightened beings who are really awesome with the crystal, and then later they break it and split into Skeksis and Mystics. I don't know. Maybe I'm remembering it completely wrong, but the history of the movie as I remember it and the history of this series is not lining up in my head. Not hugely important, but something I noticed. Yeah, I don't have much to say. I really like as I said, the production design and the imagination that goes into all the different critters. Oh, there is one character. It's the underground gelflings. There is one young gelfling. Because one gelfling there is like, I'm going to go on a quest because I'm one of the protagonists. And one of the young gelflings is, why does she have to go? That is the worst looking puppet I've ever seen. You'll know it when you see it. You'll know. So will I watch episode 2? Yeah. Yeah. Not tonight. It's just too damn hot. I don't think I can do anything tonight. It's too hot. So maybe I'll watch the rest of this series in December when maybe it'll be cooler. I don't know. Because I'd lift my arms, but I think they become one with the table. I'd be, you know. Summer, man. Summer. Okay, bye.